Hello, I'm Timothy Plasma. I am the handsome groom as seen in this wedding photo. Just got married a few months ago. And this right now is my guide to designing wrestling posters that don't suck and hopefully draw fans into attendance at wrestling shows. This is where I first started off about 4 or 5 years ago, designing this War Games one. Actually got a pretty decent turnout. Crazy Ivan looks rather crazy in this picture. Drew's arms are cut off, but I've come a long way, and I'm about to show you this year's War Games. Let me load up InDesign. InDesign is my weapon of choice for designing posters. Most people use Photoshop, but Photoshop is really only intended for editing photos. You should do layouts of posters in InDesign. So it's loading right now. Enter full screen if I can, or I'll just go preview. Basically, I've got a bunch of different layers here. They go from top to bottom. The bottom is like the lower on the image. The background, I have a layer is named as background. You can name it whatever you want. I got the background, the cage, which we turn Doug DeVito, who's the manager, Andrew Anderson, Eric Andretti, the Peacemaker, Crazy Ivan, Gino, the Creeper, the Merengue Warrior, and all the lines and text and everything. I only use Photoshop really for editing images of the wrestlers, deleting the backgrounds. Like, let me open up Andrew Anderson in Photoshop. Here's a picture of Andrew Anderson. I have a clipping path on him. Basically what a clipping path is, you take the pen tool and I physically draw points and shapes and around the shape of the wrestler's body. You can move his arm out there, but that just tells the InDesign program where to cut the image off and remove the background. You can fine tune it to however you want, but it usually takes me about, went into fine detail around his chain here, but it usually takes me about 5 minutes to a half hour per image to do one of these, but to go around their whole body. But this practice thinks perfect, so just gotta keep at it. There's different videos and YouTube on how to make a clipping path, but once you got your clipping path set, you go to save path and then clipping path, and that's pretty much what you got to do for that. I'm not going to save it because it's already saved, but he's on the poster. That black background that's in the image isn't there. You open up Creepers. Another important thing when taking a picture of a wrestler is not to make sure you get a full upper body shot. Like if the guy's head's cut off or the arms cut off, it kind of doesn't help out much. So Creeper has a clipping path around him as well. So it's a crappily drawn one, but it's the creeper. You don't have to make them too pretty. Because if I turn off the layers, Renge and Andretti and Gino, creepers there on the poster with his arm cut off. So very important to you put it on the poster to make when you take a picture of a wrestler, to make sure that their arms and head's not cut off. And when people send me files, I prefer not to get them off Facebook, because when it's images on Facebook, Facebook downsamples it and filters it so it loads quicker on their website. And just because something looks good on a website doesn't mean it'll print good. Just because something looks good on a computer screen doesn't mean it'll look good when printed either. I'd rather just have the original image straight from the camera. Andretti's image, I actually took it myself. It was backstage at a wrestling show. We're at some high school gym or something. So you can see the kids' art on the wall. It's not a high school gym, it was a boys and girls club. But you got the clipping path around his body. One way you can make a clipping path that's to use the quick selection tool, but it kind of makes crappy ones. And go make clipping, make selection, or make work path actually. That's X'd out. Look, I just did that for his hair because his hair is kind of spiky, and just call it into InDesign, lay it out. That's pretty much it. So, got different layers like the text. Want to follow a good format, like got the name of the promotion, name of the event, where it is. I usually find I can get more information. And I could do individual matches and have pictures of everybody. I just really just go with the main event. And a collage of them seems to be like the most eye-catching. The whole goal of putting posters out is to get fans in attendance. I've had wrestlers who have like cornered me in locker rooms and like yelled at me and complained that their picture's not on the poster and all kind of stupid crybaby stuff. But number one point of the poster is to get fans in attendance. So that's pretty much how I did War Games, the cage. In case there is a steel cage match. This was just a white link fence, but I did select color range and selected all the white and grew it and made the white transparent. So if I were to delete that, see the white, but I'm not saving it. But you can apply this to anything. Backgrounds, I usually use a Google image search, and I created this like faded red background. I made a black faded thing and converted it to grayscale, which is black and white pretty much, and called it into InDesign and applied a red color to it. Alright, that's pretty much it. Anybody needs posters from me, I currently charge about $60 for 100 posters printed if it's already designed. I might throw on a design fee if you don't have it, but you know, Photoshop is really just for editing pictures, and InDesign is probably better for layouts. I also have Illustrator, which is for designing logos and shapes and things like that. But I bought them all for about $1,200, $1,300 legit, along with my laptop. So that's all the equipment that I have at my job. That's all we use to handle files for Novartis and Pfizer and all the major pharmaceutical companies that come into my job. So I will see you guys later. Enjoy my matches. Peace out.